Joe Montana, the quarterback who became the face of the 1980s NFL. Starting with the San Francisco 49ers in 1979, Montana quickly showed why he earned the nickname Joe Cool. Calm in the pocket, precise with his throws, and fearless in critical moments, he could turn a tense game into a victory with his leadership and talent. Montana's career is defined by 4 Super Bowl victories: 16, 19, 23, and 24. In Super Bowl 16, he led the 49ers to a 26-21 win over the Cincinnati Bengals, showing early signs of his clutch ability. 3 years later, in Super Bowl 19, he threw for 331 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Miami Dolphins, earning his second Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl 23 is remembered for a 92-yard last-minute drive that ended with a touchdown pass to John Taylor, securing another championship. Montana finished his 49ers career with Super Bowl 24, throwing 5 touchdowns in a 55-10 win over the Denver Broncos. Beyond his Super Bowl success, Montana was an 8-time Pro Bowl selection and a 2-time NFL MVP, praised for his composure, decision-making, and ability to inspire teammates. His connection with receivers like Jerry Rice created some of the most memorable plays in NFL history. By the time he retired in 1994, Joe Montana had not only cemented his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks, but also set a standard for clutch performance and leadership that continues to inspire players today. Dan Marino, a true Miami Dolphins legend. He wasn't just any quarterback, he was a player who completely changed how passing worked in the NFL. Marino's arm was fast, accurate, and fearless, and fans quickly realized they were watching something special. He was drafted 27th overall in the 1983 NFL Draft, but he didn't wait long to make his mark. From the very beginning, Marino showed incredible skill and determination. By his second season, he was not only meeting expectations, he was smashing them. He broke records that people thought would last for decades. In 1984, Marino had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. He threw for 5,084 yards and 48 touchdown passes. This made him the first quarterback ever to pass for more than 5,000 yards in a single season. His amazing performance earned him the NFL MVP award, and everyone was talking about his talent and speed. Marino also led the Dolphins to Super Bowl 19, where they faced the legendary Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers. Marino threw for 318 yards and scored a touchdown, showing his skill on the biggest stage, even though Miami lost the game. Over 17 seasons, Marino set 61,361 passing yards and 420 touchdown passes, which were the most in NFL history at that time. He was selected for 9 Pro Bowls and earned 6 All-Pro honors. In 2005, Dan Marino was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, making his place in football history permanent. Bo Jackson. Imagine a force so powerful, so electrifying, that every time he touched the ball, the game stopped. Bo Jackson wasn't just an athlete, he was a living legend. From 1987 to 1990, he graced the NFL with the Los Angeles Raiders, leaving defenders in his wake and fans in awe. Drafted in the 7th round of the 1987 NFL Draft, Bo Jackson's impact was immediate. In just 38 games, he amassed 2,782 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns, averaging an impressive 5.4 yards per carry. In 1989, he delivered one of the most iconic runs in NFL history, a 91-yard touchdown that ended with him sprinting into the locker room tunnel unstoppable. But Bo's prowess wasn't confined to the gridiron. He was a 2-sport phenom, playing professional baseball for the Kansas City Royals, Chicago White Sox, and California Angels. In 1989, Nike's Bo Knows campaign cemented his status as a cultural icon, showcasing his unparalleled athleticism across sports. Tragically, a devastating hip injury in 1991 ended his football career prematurely. Despite this, Bo continued to play baseball until 1994, defying the odds. By the way, I'm going to be posting a lot more interesting videos on the channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you could show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Phil Simms, drafted 7th overall in the 1979 NFL Draft, spent 14 remarkable seasons with the New York Giants. From the moment he joined the team, Simms showed he was a quarterback with talent, determination, and a calm, steady presence. He quickly became the heart of the Giants, known for his smart decisions, strong arm, and ability to lead his teammates through any challenge. Sims grew into a player who truly represented resilience and excellence on the football field. Over his career, he threw for an impressive 33,462 passing yards and scored 199 touchdowns, making him the cornerstone of the Giants' offense. But it was his incredible performance in Super Bowl 21 that made him a household name. Facing the Denver Broncos, Sims completed 22 of 25 passes for 268 yards and 3 touchdowns, a nearly perfect game that earned him the Super Bowl MVP award. His leadership inspired the team, helping the Giants secure their first Super Bowl win and setting a new standard for what a great quarterback could achieve. Even after retiring in 1993, Sims's influence continued. He became a respected NFL broadcaster, sharing his love and knowledge of the game with fans. Honors like his alma mater, Morehead State, renaming its stadium in 2025, and the Giants retiring his number 11 jersey show his lasting impact. Bernie Kosar, in the mid-1980s, appeared in Cleveland, a quarterback who would change how people saw the position. He played with amazing precision, calm confidence, and a super quick release that often left defenders swinging at nothing. Bernie Kosar, chosen in the 1985 supplemental draft, quickly became more than just a player. He became a symbol of hope and dreams for the city of Cleveland. Fans watched every game, cheering for every throw and every smart play he made. Kosar had an incredible ability to read the field. He knew where defenders were going before they even moved. His quick thinking and sharp mind made him a very tricky player to stop. In the 1986 season, he threw for 489 yards in a thrilling double overtime win against the New York Jets, a record that stayed unbroken for over 30 years. But it wasn't only about his arm. Kosar's leadership, calm under pressure, and clever play calling made him a true quarterback. Even when facing strong teams like John Elway's Broncos, Kosar's Browns were always tough to beat and often in the hunt for big victories. While a Super Bowl championship never came his way, Bernie Kosar's name is forever remembered in Cleveland football history. Even today, fans celebrate him as a hero who showed heart, skill, and the true spirit of the Browns. Boomer Esiason. From 1984 to 1997, he was the heartbeat and the guiding force of the Cincinnati Bengals. On the field, Boomer was smart, quick, and always in control. In 1988, Boomer led the entire league with an incredible 9.2 yards per attempt and a 97.4 passer rating, throwing 28 touchdowns and earning the prestigious NFL MVP award that year. His amazing skill and leadership made the Bengals a team to watch. That same year, Boomer helped guide the Bengals all the way to Super Bowl 23. Even though the team did not win the championship, his courage, calmness, and ability to inspire his teammates were clear for everyone to see. Over his long career, he threw for nearly 38,000 passing yards and completed 247 touchdown passes, leaving a mark that fans would remember for decades. Off the field, Boomer showed even more heart. His son Gunnar was born with cystic fibrosis, and Boomer dedicated himself to helping him and other children facing the same challenge. He created the Boomer Esiason Foundation, which has raised millions of dollars to fund research and support families. In 2023, Boomer's achievements and impact were honored with induction into the Bengals Ring of Honor. Boomer, a quarterback who threw with precision, led with courage, and lived every day with purpose. Don't just watch, join the team. Like this video, leave a comment with your top quarterback, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to keep the football excitement coming. Jim McMahon. He was the fearless leader of the Chicago Bears, but it was the 1985 season that etched his name into NFL history. In Super Bowl 20, McMahon threw for 256 yards and rushed for 2 touchdowns, becoming the first quarterback in Super Bowl history to achieve such a feat. His performance was instrumental in the Bears' commanding 46-10 victory over the New England Patriots. Known for his rebellious spirit, McMahon wore a headband with the logo of a German shoe company, defying league rules and earning a fine. His defiance became a symbol of his unorthodox approach to the game. But it wasn't just his antics that made him memorable. McMahon's leadership on the field, highlighted by his dramatic comeback against the Minnesota Vikings in 1985, showcased his resilience and determination. Jim McMahon wasn't just a quarterback. He was the embodiment of the 1985 Bears. Bold, brash, and unforgettable. In a season filled with dominance and drama, McMahon's legacy stands tall. He led the Bears to their first Super Bowl title and forever changed the quarterback position. Krieg. In the early 1980s, the Seattle Seahawks were a team still trying to figure out who they were and how they could compete with the best teams in the NFL. That's when Dave Krieg arrived, a quarterback who would not only define an era but also show that greatness doesn't always look flashy or obvious. Krieg's story was unusual. He was undrafted out of Milton College, which meant no team had picked him in the NFL draft. Most players would see this as the end of the road, but Krieg kept working hard, believing in himself, and eventually found his chance in Seattle. By 1984, all of that effort paid off. Dave Krieg led the Seahawks to a record-setting 12 wins in one season. He threw for an impressive 3,671 yards and 32 touchdowns, earning his very first Pro Bowl selection. But his impact wasn't only about stats. Krieg showed leadership during important moments, like the 1983 AFC wildcard win over Denver, where he threw 3 touchdowns and helped Seattle achieve its first-ever playoff victory. That same season, he led the Seahawks to their first AFC championship game, making his mark as one of the team's all-time greats. In 2004, Dave Krieg's achievements were recognized forever when he was inducted into the Seahawks Ring of Honor, a fitting tribute to his long-lasting influence on the team. Neil Lomax, a player whose talent demanded attention. His arm was strong, his throws were fearless, and every time he threw the ball, fans remembered it. He stood out in a league full of great players, showing that he could make big plays and take risks that others might not. Neil Lomax was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in 1981. From the very beginning, he brought something new and exciting to the game. He was famous for throwing long, deep passes that stretched the field and kept the defense guessing. Soon, he became the most important part of the Cardinals' offense, helping his team move the ball and score points. In 1984, Lomax threw for over 4,600 yards, second in the league, and 28 touchdowns, leading the league in passing attempts. His amazing performance in 1984 and 1987 earned him a Pro Bowl selection, showing that he was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Over his career, Lomax threw for more than 22,000 yards and 136 touchdowns. Injuries eventually ended his time on the field, but fans still remember his incredible legacy. Doug Williams. Deep in the heart of Louisiana, a young quarterback emerged, destined to change the course of NFL history. Raised on hard work and dedication, he honed his skills with one dream in mind: making it to the big leagues. In 1978, Williams was drafted 17th overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, becoming a trailblazer in professional football. His talent, determination, and leadership set him apart, but his career was far from over. In 1986, Williams joined the Washington Redskins, a team that was ready for a quarterback who could lead them to greatness. This move would set the stage for one of the most historic moments in NFL history. On January 31, 1988, in Super Bowl XXII, the Redskins faced the Denver Broncos. Williams, as the starting quarterback, led his team to an incredible 42-10 victory. In the second quarter alone, he threw 4 touchdown passes, setting a Super Bowl record for the most touchdowns in a single quarter. He completed 18 of 29 passes for 340 yards and 4 touchdowns and was named Super Bowl MVP. But Williams' impact went far beyond the numbers. He became the first African-American quarterback to start and win a Super Bowl, breaking barriers and inspiring future generations. After retiring, Williams continued to shape the game as a coach and executive, including an important role at Grambling State University, teaching young players to follow their dreams. Bobby Hebert. The Cajun Cannon brought relentless drive, fierce determination, and a spark that would ignite the destiny of the Saints. Bobby wasn't just another quarterback, he was a player with a strong arm, sharp mind, and unyielding focus. Every time he took the snap, he carried not just the football, but the hopes and dreams of the entire city on his shoulders. With his impressive arm strength and fearless approach, Bobby quickly became the cornerstone of the Saints' offense. But what truly set him apart wasn't just his talent. It was his leadership, his toughness, and his unshakable belief that even the hardest challenges could be overcome. The 1987 season became a historic turning point for the Saints. With Bobby guiding the team, the Saints reached their first ever playoff appearance, finishing with an amazing 12-3 record. That victory was more than a win. It was a turning point that transformed the team and electrified its fans. Vince Evans, amid the dominance of the Chicago Bears' legendary 1985 defense, stood out through skill and determination. He proved that even in a team known for its defense, a quarterback's talent could shine when it mattered most. Drafted by the Bears in 1977, Evans was determined to play the quarterback position. He even insisted on a special contract clause that guaranteed he would get the chance to play, showing early on that he was not just a backup, he was a strong competitor who wanted to lead. Before joining the NFL, Evans was already making a name for himself at the University of Southern California, or USC. He became a star player there and earned the MVP award in the 1977 Rose Bowl when USC defeated Michigan 14-6. From 1980 to 1983, Evans showed off his mobility and ability to extend plays, rushing for more than 600 yards and scoring 8 touchdowns in 1980 alone. In 1984, he moved to the USFL, playing for the Chicago Blitz and later the Denver Gold, before returning to the NFL with the Los Angeles Raiders in 1987. With the Raiders, Evans played in 44 games, starting 7, and threw for 3,313 yards and 21 touchdowns. His career lasted nearly 20 years, from 1977 to 1995, leaving a legacy of resilience, adaptability, and determination. Krieg Morton. He was a quarterback who showed great poise and determination throughout his career. He became the leader of the Denver Broncos from 1977 to 1982, guiding the team with calm confidence and helping them reach Super Bowl XII. His presence on the field left a lasting mark on the Broncos, and fans remember him as a player who could be trusted to lead his team through big games. Morton first joined the Broncos in 1977. Almost immediately, he helped the team reach new heights, leading them to 2 divisional titles and 3 playoff appearances in just a few years. He was known for making smart decisions, reading defenses carefully, and throwing passes with accuracy. By the time he finished his career with Denver, Morton had thrown for 11,895 passing yards, 74 touchdown passes, and held a winning percentage of .641 as the team's starting quarterback, showing that he was both skilled and consistent. One of the biggest moments of his career came in Super Bowl XII on January 15, 1978. Facing his former team, the Dallas Cowboys, Morton gave a strong effort, but the Broncos lost 27-10, and Morton threw 4 interceptions. His impact on football continued even after he retired. Steve Grogan redefined what it meant to be tough. 16 seasons with a single team forged a legacy of grit and resilience that still resonates in New England today. Drafted in 1975 from Kansas State, Grogan was more than a quarterback. He was a dual threat. In 1976, he set an NFL record with 12 rushing touchdowns, a mark that stood for 35 years. That same year, Grogan led the Patriots to an 11-3 record, narrowly missing the AFC Championship. He passed for 2 touchdowns and ran for a third in a stunning 30-27 upset over the defending Super Bowl champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Super Bowl XX, Grogan came off the bench to throw the Patriots' only touchdown of the game, showcasing his resilience and leadership. Grogan's influence was pivotal in the Patriots' first AFC Championship appearance in 1985, solidifying his place in franchise history. Retiring in 1990, Grogan held nearly every major Patriots passing record. He amassed 26,886 passing yards and 182 touchdowns, and rushed for 35 touchdowns over his career. Inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame in 1995, Steve Grogan remains a symbol of perseverance and dedication. A quarterback who played with heart, led with courage, and left an indelible mark on the New England Patriots, Joe Ferguson. Drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 1973. From the very beginning, showed that he could handle the pressure of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Over the years, he became the heartbeat of the team, meaning that the Bills' offense depended on him and his decisions on every single play. Ferguson led the team in passing for 12 straight seasons, proving that he could always be counted on. What made him so special was his strong arm. He could throw the football very far and very accurately, making long, exciting passes that thrilled fans and helped the team score points. One of Ferguson's biggest years was 1975. That season, he tied another great quarterback, Fran Tarkenton, for the most touchdown passes in the NFL with 25. He also had a very good passer rating of 81.3. Ferguson didn't stop there. He passed for more than 20 touchdowns in 3 other seasons, including 1980, 1981, and 1983. He was also very durable, starting 107 games in a row, which showed that he never gave up and was always ready to help his team. One of his most memorable moments happened when he threw a game-winning Hail Mary against the Miami Dolphins. That play is still remembered by Bills fans today as a very exciting moment in the team's history. Steve Fuller, a dual-threat quarterback out of Clemson University, drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round of the 1979 NFL Draft, standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 198 pounds, possessed the rare combination of size, speed, and agility. Taking over as the Chiefs' starting quarterback by the third game of his rookie season, Fuller showcased his mobility and playmaking ability. In his first season, he threw for 1,018 yards and rushed for 232 yards, demonstrating his versatility. After 4 seasons with Kansas City, Fuller joined the Chicago Bears. In 1985, he became a key contributor to the Bears' Super Bowl XX championship team. Though primarily a backup, his leadership and experience were invaluable to the team's success. Fuller also gained fame off the field, appearing as one of the soloists in the iconic Super Bowl Shuffle music video, which became a cultural phenomenon. After retiring from professional football, Fuller returned to his roots, becoming a high school football coach and later an offensive coordinator at Hilton Head Prep School in South Carolina. In recognition of his contributions to the game, Fuller was inducted into the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame in 2019. Warren Moon, undrafted and often overlooked by many NFL teams, began his professional football journey in the Canadian Football League, where he quickly proved that talent cannot be ignored. Playing for the Edmonton Eskimos, Moon became a star, leading the team to 5 straight Grey Cup championships, which is the biggest prize in Canadian football. During his time there, he also made history by becoming the first professional quarterback ever to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a single season, accomplishing this incredible feat in 1982. His amazing arm, smart decisions, and leadership on the field showed everyone that he belonged at the very top of the sport. In 1984, Warren Moon finally got his chance in the NFL and made his debut with the Houston Oilers. From the very first game, he started leaving a mark on the team and on football history. Over the next 10 seasons with the Oilers, Moon threw for a total of 33,685 passing yards and scored 196 touchdowns, guiding his team to 7 playoff appearances and thrilling fans with his skill and determination. All of his hard work and talent were recognized in 2006 when Moon was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He became the first African-American quarterback and the first undrafted quarterback to ever receive this honor, cementing his place as a true football legend. The quarterbacks of the 1980s transformed the NFL, bringing innovation, excitement, and unforgettable moments to the game. Their skill, leadership, and determination set new standards for what it meant to lead a team, inspiring fans and shaping the future of football. If you enjoyed this video, I'll be posting many more interesting videos on the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Thank you very much.